on behalf of St. Gerard's, our Angel Tree program, it's every Advent Christmas season, and people have been very generous. This first envelope is people who have made out direct checks and gifts to Sharing Caring Hands. This second envelope is those who made out checks to St. Gerard for Sharing Caring Hands and for specific needs that you have. And so that second check is also from St. Gerard's, the generosity of the people that are there, our parishioners. And so on behalf, as their pastor, on behalf of them, love the work you're doing. You're generous and heroic charity for all these many, many, many years. And many of our volunteers want to get back, but as soon as things settle down, we'll come back.
We'll come back, and that'll be, because now we have an early meal. We eat at 9:30 on Sunday, but they'll come back.
Yes.
And I want to say something on behalf of this. It's very kind that you never forgot, and I appreciate that with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
The needs out here are so great, and the thing that was the biggest need when this first happened, you don't mind to keep my mask off. It's too hard for me to talk with it on. I can't. If you don't care,
No, that's
I
mine.
don't have the virus. Anyways, the bottom line is what happens is I noticed when they first opened, it was the food. And now in the beginning, restaurants gave, people gave, Devani's gave. I mean, you're talking, well then then it kind of, you can't just keep that up forever. Well then people sent money, which I was able to buy a lot of food. Well then I started to find out that people weren't getting food stamps, and what they did get was so little. When you have 4 and 5 and 8 and 9 kids in those rooms, that food doesn't go very far. So I went out and I bought visas, and that means they can go to any store, Walmart or Cub, and I bought that with a lot of the money. But it's still a big deal is food here. Now I start to see something else coming. People coming through the line now. The landlords aren't going to stop the evictions, but they eventually will. But I'm starting to see some, and I'm starting to see people not pay their water bills. And they can't afford it. They make some payments on it, but they have a very hard time. So I'm starting to see that again. And bus cards to get to work. We do a lot of all those kinds of things. I buy a lot of used beds for people. They're not really bad used. They're just all week long. People come in, they don't have a bed to sleep on. So I've been doing a lot of that. And the man that runs that, thank God he stayed around and was able to give me. Now they get better beds than they used to. So I'm able to buy beds, and I'm able to give out linens when I have it. That's another need. People just don't have anything. And so I buy towels and washcloths. And when you see the facility over there, they cook in their own rooms. And that's why I thank God they don't have to come up here and eat.
Well, that's what we did with Angel Tree too, is just to kind of redirect for basic needs. So you're talking about food, utilities, linens, undergarments, clothes.
This will be used for that. And I just, can I take a moment to thank the parishioners?
Sure.
I just want to take one moment and say to everybody at St. Gerard's, I want to thank you for all your times there, and God will send you back. In the meantime, your help and not forgetting me will be richly blessed. Whenever you serve God's poor, you serve Him. So I can trust that you'll be rewarded in heaven. Father Clockman will be too, because he's bringing down here these gifts. And I just want to say, because I can't send, I'll just light a candle for all of your unspoken needs. That's a good thing, because I'm there early, and the candle will be burning. And I can't send thank yous to everybody, but some people in this envelopes will get thank you. So don't you worry about a thing. I just want to say, I know you'll be back in time as needed, and God will send you back. In the meantime, stay healthy. Keep your distance. Don't let fear stop you from living, though. Fear is such a big thing to me, and it stops people from doing what they need to do. And I think the media has kind of hyped that up a little bit. It's serious, but in another sense, we all die of pneumonia and all kinds of high-powered flus, and everybody say this is too going to pass away. I don't know. Don't pass with it, though. Yes. This too shall pass away. Don't pass with it. And if you don't get that, get your vaccine and come in. And I'll be waiting for you, and so will God's poor.
Well, thank you, Mary Jo. That we love you. We're praying for you, and the people not only financially supporting you, but through their prayers and inspired by your heroic work as well.
I have to take and say that everything that you see here and in me has been accomplished by God and His strength and His peace. And I thank Him every day for thinking that I was worthy to come down here and touch Him. And, because the Eucharist sustains me. When I touch Jesus there, I come here and touch Him in the poor. And that's been the grace that I've been given, and I spend my life thanking God for that, whatever happens. And I always will. And I thank you. Now, in this, I want you to know some people will get thank you, so we'll make sure they do.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank
Can
you
we
for your
say a Hail
time.
Mary?
Yes.
Yes, please.
We just take a moment to thank God we're all gathered here together today. All of us making a difference in lives of those that have no one. There's so many people without a voice, so many people without hope. And today, through Father Klockman and all the people out of St. Gerard's, you've given hope to many people because your money will go to many people. We are God's hands, His heart, His feet, and His mouth. When others meet us, let me meet Jesus every day of our lives. And we know that when people meet us wherever they go, they meet God's peace, His hope, and His strength. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Here I am, Lord, I've come to do your will. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jack Elsness. I am the Community Engagement Manager here at SEEP. We are so thankful for St. Gerard's and the long-standing partnership we've had in the community. We are exceptionally busy, as you can imagine, during the holiday season. We served, I think, on average, 80 families a given day during the holiday season, and over 2,000 families, 20,000 families in a given, or last year alone.
20,000.
Yep, which is incredible, as you can imagine. So thank you so much. I would say our needs right now are diapers, it's baby wipes, it's financial donations, which St. Gerard's is so grateful for us at SEEP to be able to continue that.
Well, we're thankful for the extensive work that SEEP does. I've had a chance to go through your food shelf here. It's quite extensive, and all your volunteers and workers, and really the extensive work that SEEP does. It's so vital and need, especially for a lot of families that have maybe not only a need for food and, as you said, baby diapers and other items that are needed for a family, but I imagine that for some families, this helps them to provide for their family, not just a total meal, but perhaps like a stopgap, you know?
And it's for some family, it is an emergency. They come here, a one-time deal for their once a month stop by to get all of our food. Not only do we provide food though, we also are a huge Meals on Wheels participants.
Oh.
And so we, last year alone, served 67,000 Meals on Wheels meals. And along with senior services that we provide as well. And so SEEP is really trying to be a full, all-encompassing resource for our community.
So you're letting us know that there's a year-round need here.
Yes.
And what I have here is our collection, what we call Angel Tree. It's during Advent and Christmas. And the people of St. Gerard have been incredibly generous over the years, but this year in particular, we've raised $10,215. It's not only cards, but also a check that we'll give to SEEP on behalf of St. Gerard's as well. And that does not include the physical items that people gave, like baby diapers and food, canned food and other things like that. So we're happy to be a partner with SEEP And again, just to say for myself and for the people of St. Gerard's, how impressed we are with the work that you're doing. So extensive, 20,000 families and 67,000 meals a year. That's impressive. So thank you, Jack, for your work and the work of SEAT. And thank you, the people of St. Gerard's, for your generosity. You make Christ come alive in this community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we have plenty of cards here for
Yeah.
you as well, but it's probably not a comfortable way to give you all of them.
No, it's
but
all right. It's all right.
Here we go.
That's
Whoa.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Well, the people of St. Gerard's are amazing too.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much, and I'd shake your hand, but we'll do it. All right.
Awesome.
All right. God bless.
Hi, I'm Kathy Mays with Loaves and Fishes Minnesota. So glad to have St. Gerard's and all the wonderful volunteers that have helped us over the years. You know, we've been around for almost 40 years, and St. Gerard's, you are pushing right at the heels of probably 38 to 39 years of service. You have a wonderful volunteer team, and I want to share with you how you could get involved. We have an online sign up if you have a young family. If you are a millennial, we have great opportunities online to sign up even tonight if you felt like volunteering. It's that easy, and you can sign up for 1, 2, 3 people, and we really keep it safe. The amazing thing about last year, 2020, was we got to get really creative. We used to serve about 1.3 million meals. And last year we went to 4.4 million meals, and we could not have done that without volunteers like you and for your financial support to make certain that we have enough food and that we were able to scale really quickly and creatively, making sure that if anybody in Minnesota was hungry, they were going to get a meal. So thank you for everything from the bottom of our hearts and from the bottom of our guests' hearts. That's really what matters. Making sure that they got a hot, healthy, fresh meal from volunteers and staff at Loaves and Fishes.
So Kathy, in terms of the needs of the organization, monetarily, physically donating food, volunteers, tell us a little bit about what your immediate needs are, and then long-term, what kind of partnerships you're really hoping to build with communities of faith.
I would say and all of the above. We need volunteers to do this work. We're a volunteer-driven organization. We always need food. We can probably buy it cheaper than you can. So financial donations really help us make sure that we keep the lights on, that we have enough to-go model trays so that people can drive up and we hand them the food that they need. And that really has been the major difference for us this year, has been people actually handing food to cars that drive up, people that bike up, people that walk up. It's all outside, and I guess what's interesting about that is that it creates a level of anonymity. And so we have seen many, many new people that never thought they would need food. And I believe Loaves and Fishes is the gateway to hunger. A lot of the folks that we see don't have kitchens. They are living in tents. They really just need this meal. Versus SEAP, who is one of my favorite organizations too, they're handing out groceries. And so Loaves and Fishes is a wonderful dinner or a lunch that is fresh, tasty, and healthy.
So what are some of the actual volunteer opportunities you have here, and where do you usually fall short in terms of the volunteers?
Our volunteer needs right now are serving the meals and cooking the meals in 30 of our kitchens. We also have a brand new commissary kitchen, and that is cooking off large batches of chicken, vegetables, hamburger meat for tacos or sloppy joes, so that we can have smaller amounts of volunteers in our 30 kitchens. We can keep everybody safe, and the meals can get out very quickly.
Excellent. And of those 30 different kitchens, I'm assuming it runs the gambit. You have some churches, maybe some other organizations. What does your typical volunteer partner organization look like? What kind of support are they giving you guys?
So our locations are mostly in churches, and people ask that question very often. They're commercial kitchens, they can seat a lot of people, we can heat food quickly. And so that's really why we're in churches and community centers. Beyond that, we have teams, just like St. Gerard's, that make a lot of food for us. They buy the food, they make the food, they serve it, and they clean up. And we couldn't get by without teams like that. We just really couldn't. And there are hundreds of those teams that have been with us for many, many years.
Now, to that end, obviously COVID has had a big impact. Even at St. Gerard's, because of the age and our COVID protocols that many of us churches needed to follow, it precluded us from being able to have the status quo with those teams that have been put together. How has that affected you?
We have had to say, we'll see you soon, to many senior or older Minnesotans. What that's offered is it's really given the ability for younger volunteers to come in and help. As long as we can keep the numbers down, we look at every single kitchen and we say this kitchen can have 6, this kitchen can only have 3, to keep everyone safe. So it really has opened a gateway to brand new volunteers that have never been with us. So welcome to our warehouse. This food can be used by St. Gerard's. And moving forward, we could eliminate Saints, and you can order all of this food online, create a meal, serve it, cook it, serve it, and make sure that people in Minneapolis and St. Paul and surrounding areas have food. You know, we are moving into strategic planning and really excited to find ways to expand. We were able to partner with the YMCA of mostly Minneapolis and St. Paul, and we found pockets of poverty that we didn't know about. So we're going to look at Lakeville, possibly Lina Lakes, and more up in the Brooklands. So hopefully we can have a long-range conversation about how we can serve more in your neighborhood.